Oh, hell yeah. Welcome to the podcast, Stop Crying Poser, greatest podcast known to man as voted by you guys. Can I get a, oh, hell yeah. We got Day Day. We got Jeezy, Late Bloomer, Day Day, Cam, Barry, Support, Bitcoin, iBook Boy, and maybe a few more people that want to remain nameless today. We do this podcast every single Friday, right around 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. If you didn't know, you can find this podcast on iTunes, on YouTube, on Podbean, on Spotify, anywhere where podcasts can be found. And the podcast repeat comes out on Sundays. What has been going on with me? Well, the first thing on my list is a topic that I left out last week. Usually I end the streams or I end the podcast talking about either TV shows or movies or dreams that I had. And last week I had a dream where I was bowling, and instead of hitting pins, I was hitting bowling balls, because I guess when you're dreaming, all your wires get crossed and shit that would make sense now doesn't make sense, and shit that doesn't make sense would make sense. Like I wake up and I think I should be at school, but I'm in my late 30s. Why would I be going to middle school right now? Or things just don't make sense. Like I'm like I would have like hot food coming out of the refrigerator, just things like that. So anyways, I was kind of mixing up bowling with pool. And I was trying to put these bowling balls, 1 and then 2 and then 3 in a perfect triangle, but I wasn't big enough. My arms weren't big enough to hug all the balls. So I remember I kept asking for the bowling triangle. And I remembered that dream, and I thought it was so weird that I kept asking for the bowling triangle. Maybe today we'll do dreams first. We usually talk about dreams at the end because I feel like it's more of a boring topic. Also, everyone was bitching at me because I couldn't rack the fucking bowling balls correctly. And I'm just like, dude, I'm fucking trying. And they're like, just hurry up. And I'm like, there's no triangle. Every time I get these balls together, they fucking roll away. And they're like, come on, man, it's my turn. And I'm just like stressed out. Anyways, last night I woke up, well, I thought I woke up several times to what I've always called a recursive nightmare. It's a nightmare that happens over and over and over and over again during the course of one single dream. So I wake up in my bed and I go, oh, thank God, that nightmare's over. And then I realize, oh no, I'm in a dream and the nightmare is starting all over again. And then I go, fuck, get me out of this. And then I wake up again and oh, I think the nightmare's over. I think I'm in my bed. Nope, still in a nightmare. And then I wake up again and this happens dozens, hundreds, and in some cases, you know, what I perceive as thousands of times. So yeah, absolutely just horrific nightmares last night. Also, the internet is becoming more and more like a nightmare, especially in the skateboarding community, because I like to consider myself a skateboarder. And you know how like people who are in the military, they see another veteran and they're kind of like, hey dude, you kind of have been through something I've been through. You know what I mean? Or like, we have this one thing in common, like hoorah, brother, or you know, whatever they would say. Even if they don't technically know each other, they kind of have an idea that yeah, your life was kind of shitty for a while, and you had to go through all this shit, and then maybe you traveled, maybe you didn't, maybe you saw action, maybe you didn't, but we all have this one thing in common where we dedicated X amount of times of our life for the greater good of America, or maybe you just wanted an education. Anyways, you all have something in common. I used to have that with skateboarders. I used to look at a skateboarder and be like, hey, yeah, we both went through this big like problem of learning how to kickflip. We both went to the skate park and kind of got bullied for a while, and the weak people ended up quitting skateboarding after a few months or a few years. But me and you, a skateboarder of someone, you know, like longer than 5 years, we have these little things in common. But now I go online and I look at all the skateboarders online and I say, holy shit, I don't want anyone to think that me and you are similar. I look at skateboarding right now, 50% of all skateboarders, especially the ones online, I look at them and I go, ugh, I'm not like you. You're not like me. Don't pretend you're doing the same sport as me, because I really don't feel like we are participating in the same sport. you know, I took the time to learn how to kickflip and skate switch and land tricks clean and make videos and jump fences. And you get this new generation where they're sitting on their butt rolling down the driveway, and they do that for 5 years straight, never getting better at anything. And they've turned skateboarding into this thing where, well, everyone can skateboard as long as you're having fun. And it used to be something along the lines of like, hey, let's all go skateboarding. It could be like, okay, dude, we're gonna go out there, we're gonna sweat, we're gonna grind, we're gonna jump some fences, someone's gonna rip their pants, someone's gonna scrape their knee. And now it's like let's all go skateboarding, and you don't have to bring your skateboard, by the way. We can all go skating together as long as one of us has a skateboard. And it's kind of like everything is a skateboarding trick if a skateboard is kind of nearby, right? There's 10 skateboarders. They're all jumping around, hugging each other, diddle-daddling each other's ball sacks and smoking weed. And then one guy rolls down a hill on his butt, and they all go, yeah, dude, skate for life. We all did that. We're all a part of that. And I'm seeing that in the skateboarding comments now. I'm seeing this weird, and I don't want to be the old man boomer guy like I always am, but I'm seeing this victim mentality. These guys come onto my second Instagram, and they're trying to bully me. And they say, you're not allowed to have an opinion on skateboarding. You don't even skate. And I say, I do skate. And they go, well, how do I know that? And I go, you could ask me. That's how you know. You could just ask me to send you some clips, or I could just show you any of my 2,000 skate videos that I've made myself over the course of the past 12 years. And they go, oh, so now you're bragging? And I go, no, motherfucker, you asked me. You asked me. If you asked me a question and I answered it. And now, because I answered it, because my answer surpassed anything you've ever done, suddenly I'm offending you. And I had to go through this all week, and it's happening over and over and over again. And it started off with like, who's this guy, man? He doesn't even post skateboarding clips. And I go, well, this is my second channel. My other channel has most of my skating. My other Instagram has my skating. Here's the link. And they go, oh, look how insecure he is. He feels the need to prove himself. I said, no, I'm just reminding you, like, I'm just letting you know that your initial statement was incorrect. And then they go, well, you still don't deserve to have an opinion on skating. It's not like you have any trophies. And I go, oh, no, I have a whole room and boxes filled with trophies. I did that too. Here's a photo of that. Another thing that you are also incorrect about. Then they go, oh, what an insecure asshole feels the need to show off his trophies. And I'm just like, no, you asked me, man. You asked me. And they go, well, it's not like he ever had any sponsors. And I go, oh no, I rode for Circa, S, DVS, Zoo York, Industrial Ride Shop, and then the local shops as well. It's all downhill, Subskates, Area 702. And I had a New York clothing sponsor called Defects, and you know, a lot of other stuff like that. And they go, oh, this guy's bragging. And I'm like, no, I'm not bragging, bro. I've just been doing this sport for a long time. You're the one who has achieved nothing. I dedicated most of my life to this sport. It is you, the little typing boy with the SpongeBob character who's afraid to show his actual face online. It's you. It's you that hasn't been in this sport very long. It's you that hasn't recognized what I've done. It's you that's never done anything. And they go, oh, well, now you're talking shit on me? Wow, like, what a great fucking pillar of the community. You're a real skateboarder, just bullying me. And I'm like, motherfucker, this whole thing started because you came onto my Instagram. You ventured across the internet into my house to talk shit to me. And all I simply did was tell you, like, the receipts, as you youngsters like to say. I just gave the receipts, and now I'm being offensive. And then they delete all their comments because they're embarrassed. And I think to myself, these are skaters? These are skateboarders? Like, if you saw me standing next to him, and I mean the real him, not SpongeBob, and you would be out there going, those guys do the same sport, I would have to slap you across your fucking face. I'd have to say, no, I'm not like him. Nope, different sports, different activities. These guys are throwing like macaroni at the glue and trying to call it skateboarding art. I'm the guy out here sweating, trying to learn switch tray flips and doing tray flips into handrails and grinding down big handrails and skating big stairs, nollie and switch. No, that guy is doing something different than me. I do this, you do that. And also, I don't go onto anyone else's Instagram and be like, well, tell me all the tricks you can do. No, I would never do that. I don't think any skateboarder would do that. Just go out of your way to another Instagram or another person who you've never met, who you know nothing about, who secretly is way better than you'll ever be at this sport that you are just desperately trying to hold on to. I really want to be a part of the skateboarding subculture, but I don't want to do any of the actual skateboarding. I would never go out of my way to another Instagram and just be like, do you skate? Can you kickflip? Prove it. It's just that would make me feel like an absolute fucking loser. I will go on my Instagram and my YouTube channel. Also, can we address one more thing? Both my Instagram and my second channel is called Steve Hates Skating. The whole theme is that I pick things about skating that I hate. I can't fathom the thought process behind going on a YouTube channel that the entire point of it is for a guy to talk shit and be sarcastic and be dramatic and go on there and go, I can't believe you're being sarcastic. I can't believe you're acting like a hater. Well, the channel is called Steve Hates Skating. Did you read that before you clicked it? Oh, you can't just be hating skateboarding. Why would you do that? Well, it's in the channel name. And then I get people telling me what I'm not allowed to do. You're not allowed to talk on that pro skater. He's better at skating than you. What? Arrest me! Arrest me! I'm doing something I'm not allowed to do. Oh no! Ooh! What do you motherfuckers would burst into tears if you ever saw me jaywalk. You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to talk online because if you talk online too much about a pro skater, it hurts my feelings. My feelings are hurt because you talk shit on Evan Smith or T-Funk. I'll tell you guys a story. The first time I ever met Chaz Ortiz, I was at X Games with Tex in Los Angeles, and I don't remember how long ago. Let's just say about 10 years ago. And I'm walking by, and I go, hey, that's Chaz Ortiz. He's a pro skater. This guy looks at me, and he goes, hey, you made a video about me. And I was like, yeah, dude, I make videos about everybody, man. He goes, it was hilarious. And I said, man, I'm so happy you get it, because clearly, I make these videos. I talk shit about everybody. That's kind of the point. He goes, yeah, you called me Fag Ortiz. That's hilarious. And I was like, thank you. Yes. It was not a generalized statement that meant all homosexual men should die. It was simply a funny way to change your name into something offensive. Like it was not some big political statement. It was just me making fun of your name and trying to make people laugh. And he understood the joke. You do that now, someone like I feel like if you say something like that now to a pro, or not even to a pro, you don't have to say it to a pro. It ricochets off the pro. These word bullets ricochet off the pro, and they wound weak little internet SpongeBob characters into bursting into tears, and then a river of tears is flowing. And you guys have seen the tide's been rising. It's not global warming. It's all the tears falling out of all these weird ass weak children, wannabe skateboarders' eyeballs. That's flooding across the entire world. I mean, do you guys see what happened in Dubai? The rising water levels? Everyone thinks it's climate change. It's not. It's tears flowing all across the world. Jeez, grow a pair of balls, guys. Like, fuck. You're going to go on somebody's Instagram and cry about it. You know what they're going to say right now? They're going to say, Ninja Lifestyle's complaining about it. That's his version of crying. I'm crying right now. I'm over here making people laugh. Okay? You're over here. You're going to cause the next Hurricane Katrina with all these fucking tears. Okay? I'm out here trying to make people laugh. Anyways, it's one of those things where it's like, everyone wants me to prove myself. Prove it. Prove that you can skate. Prove that you were good. Prove this. And I go, okay, fine. Easy. I can prove it with a video that's 15 years old. Oh, he's insecure. He needs to prove himself. Motherfucker, you just told me to prove it. Like, there's no way to win. If I prove you wrong, I'm insecure. If I don't say anything, I'm afraid of you. If I don't respond to these guys, I'm afraid. I'm afraid of the cartoon profile picture. I'm too scared to respond. I tell you guys where I'm at every Friday. Not only is my face online, I tell you guys where I'm at all the time. If you've ever bought a Cake Muscle skateboard, my address is on there. I'm so not afraid of all skateboarders that I can do that. But you motherfuckers are different. Like, I can respond because there's no such thing as being afraid of little internet words. That's new school skateboarding. New school skateboarding, afraid of internet words. Old school skateboarding, a little bit different. So just wanted to make that clear. We bitch about this at least a couple times a year, but this week it just makes me so sad at the state of what skateboarding, I don't know, I guess whatever it is. I don't know what it is anymore. You know, I get it, skateboarding goes in waves, but I don't know if skateboarding has ever been this pussified since the 70s when it was created, right? When skateboarding kind of went half-ass mainstream, right? They invented urethane wheels or whatever. Like, I don't think skateboarding's been this pussified ever. And that's saying a lot. Because Tony Hawk was built like a broken chopstick doing his little padded up airs, and everyone called him a wimp. No. That was child's play. You want to see real wimpy skateboarding? It's all over the place. It's everywhere you look now. Anyways, I caught a stream of Gifted Hater the other day, which I think a lot of you guys want me to hate him or want him to hate me. But so far we've kind of gotten along. You know, it's not really a big deal. But the topic came up where we analyzed together. He was streaming. I was in the Twitch chat. Someone did a kickflip over a bar. You know, a bump to bar. Very common trick. There's pretty much a kickflip over a bump to bar in every modern skate video and every local shop video ever. It's a very common trick to do over a very common obstacle. So this guy does the trick where he catches the kickflip, bones out his back leg, catches it pretty good, then drops the catch. The skateboard falls away from his legs, bounces off the ground, and then he drags his heel. And I watched Gifted Hater come in his pants and say, no one could ever do that trick cleaner ever. And I said, what? What about when you do a kickflip and you catch the trick and it stays attached to your feet? And he goes, well, like, who cares about that? And I'm like, well, if it was a game of skate, you'd call it sloppy. If it was Street League, you'd call it sloppy. And he's like, well, it's not Street League. And obviously, I'm kind of exaggerating the actual interaction. He's like, what does Street League have to do with this? And I'm like, I'm just explaining to you that if we were to score tricks, this would be a 2 out of 10. And if we were to score, I don't know, someone in Street League, Brendan Hoban or something, or Luan or Nija doing a kickflip, if we were to score that, if we had to score how a kickflip looks, when you kick it, flick it, catch it, hold it on your feet, and then land bolts, that would be generally the 10, right? I guess for him, a 10 out of 10 kickflip is just bending your leg weird, and whatever happens after that doesn't matter. And I appreciate at least we can find out where we disagree. For him, the landing of the trick is of no concern. Tic-tacs, no matter. Heel drag, no matter. It's only about if your leg is flexible. So for him, skateboarding is more like yoga. And for me, skateboarding is more like skateboarding. So I guess that's where we kind of disagree. Someone boned their leg on a kickflip that was pretty high, and then they landed super sloppy. And there's a lot of really talented skateboarders out there who would do a trick that sloppy and then redo it. And then I guess there's a lot of yoga people out there that would not redo it. So I figured out the difference. You know, some people like the whole skateboarding trick to be smooth and clean. Some people only care about the first half. Anyways, moving on. That's not a diss at Gifted Hater, by the way. It's just something that I that I noticed during our interactions. This week I made curry for my first time. I made sort of like Thai curry. I did not realize how unhealthy it was for you. One can of coconut milk, or the can of coconut milk that I used, and I had to use the whole can. It was curry paste, coconut milk, add in some other shit, and it came out great. I put it over rice. I made the rice in the microwave. Try not to fucking get upset about that. Try not to do this seppuku because I made rice in the microwave. It's freak motherfucking country, goddammit. I can make rice how I want to make rice. The Twitch chat lost their motherfucking mind about me making white rice in the microwave. Jesus. It came out great. What surprised me, though, is in one can of curry, which is 2 servings, I guess, 1 can of coconut milk, sorry. It's like enough for 3 days worth of saturated fat. You know how they put the percentage on the side? It's like 1 serving of this is 55% saturated fat, and there's 5 servings in it, so at 2.8 days worth of saturated fat in 1 meal. And then let's not forget, I also had breakfast that day, and I'm also gonna eat Cheetos later tonight. So I pigged out hard. So since then I've been eating a lot of soups and salads, trying to get back on track. Today I just had 2 eggs for breakfast. Really in the mood for eggs lately. I go through these phases where, you know, I like eggs for a while and then I stop, and I like them for a while and I stop. I've been trying to eat salads for breakfast. I think there's 2 like lines of thinking, right? There's one line of thinking where it's like eat light all day or eat a big lunch. The other line of thinking is like eat a huge breakfast and then don't eat a big dinner. And then there's the other line, it's like don't eat late at night, which I have a huge problem with. But I guess all I mean by that is that we're working on it. We're working on it a little bit. Next topic, I thought of something funny the other day. Someone said that sea turtles are being threatened because of so much construction near the coastline. And the reason is because I guess turtles always return to where their eggs were. Like with the egg that they came out of, they always return to that. And they keep returning to it. And, you know, there's all these tourist hotspots. There's nowhere that's like safe for them. And, you know, they end up dying. And I thought about how funny that would be if humans were like that. If I had to go back to where my egg first hatched, and I try to stay out of Arby's bathroom as much as possible. I would have much rather been conceived in an In-N-Out. You know, more religious, you know, cleaner. It would have just been an all-around better experience. Okay, yeah, it's comedy night. It's open mic night here on Ninja Lifestyle. I wrote that down, like planning to make that joke. I've been sitting on that joke for 2 days. What else has been going on? I watched a pro skater the other day get to throw the opening pitch at a baseball game. And then it made me think back to how many celebrities I've seen try to throw the opening pitch at a baseball game. 50 Cent comes to mind. And there's kind of 2 ways to look at it. Number one, you don't play baseball that much. Okay, sure. Maybe you don't know how to throw a baseball. Cool. Like you've never thrown a beer can into a trash can, or you've never thrown like a paper ball into the trash. You've never balled up a sock and thrown it into like the dirty clothes. Like you've never thrown an item at another item. How is anyone this bad at throwing? And then I think, oh, well, they get more media coverage if they purposely throw bad. But it can't be that everyone that's ever thrown a baseball bad is looking for media coverage. So I just want you guys to reassure me that I'm not crazy for what I would do. No one ever is going to want me to throw the opening pitch to anything, ever. But if they ever did, what I would do is I would find a baseball or a tennis ball or even a rock, goddammit, anything. And the day before I go to this baseball game to throw the opening pitch, I would practice throwing an item into a general direction so that the next day I could avoid embarrassing myself. And I get it. You know, like not everyone has to be a pro baseball player. I get it. But I also think that even the least athletic person should be able to throw a baseball from the mound to the plate. You know, I get it. You don't need to throw one from the far away, deep in the field, all the way, no bouncing. I get it. Or even, listen, even if you have a weird throw, maybe an underhand, you know? Remember the Angels in the outfield? Remember the underhanded throw? Maybe one of those, if you can't do it right. Or, you know what, at the very least, do it Sandlot style. Just walk the ball up there. Just walk it up, say, here you go, and then do your little song and dance and say, I did it. I did it. It's mind-blowing to me that this far, like I would say this is the same as not knowing the words to the national anthem. You had months to prepare. You're allowed to have a paper in front of you. You could, half the time it's karaoke style. Half the time, if you're at like a hockey game or whatever, there's something on the wall that says the words. So all you have to do is read. And they fuck up the words to the national anthem. And then you can't throw a baseball to home plate. Like what? I get it. The old boomer's mad at all the weaklings. No, motherfucker, I'm mad at the lack of preparation. I'm not mad at the weaklings, okay? I'm mad at the preparation. You get Ric Flair out there, 113 years old. Yeah, I get it. He might not be able to get the ball from there to there. I understand that. You get a pro skater in the prime of his life who's kick flipping down El Toro and they can't throw a fucking baseball. I gotta ask the question, why didn't you practice throwing a ball any time in the past 30 years? A ball's never been thrown. But you know what? You know what we'll do? Just in case, I'm so insecure. Ninja Lifestyle's so insecure, he's willing to prove it. I will go to the baseball field and I will throw a ball to home plate. No warm up, no practice, and we will see. I don't be playing baseball. I don't own a baseball. I don't own a baseball glove. I have a baseball bat, but it's never been used on a baseball. So I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm just saying that if I was planning on, I am going to a baseball game tomorrow. If I was planning on throwing a pitch, I would try to be a little more prepared. One more topic. Man, this is really just Ninja being an old man complaining. Okay, the last topic is also me being an old man complaining about bitches online, about pussies online. I know, I get it. I'm a broken record. Keith Skates, who's oftentimes in our chat room, he tagged me in a video of some Amazon Prime series where this guy hates electric scooters. And he tagged me in it because I used to have this bit I would do online where I would say riding a Razor scooter is easy. And then I did a tail whip and they said, well, anyone can tail whip, do a 360. And then I did a 360 and they said, well, anyone can 360, do a backflip. And then I did a backflip and they said, well, anyone can backflip. Dedicate your entire life to scooter riding and become a pro scooter rider or else you're not proving me wrong. And I was like, okay, I think I've had enough of you moving the goalpost every time that I prove you wrong. I have to do it again and again and again and again. Anyways, that was the YouTube bit that we did that for years. People really liked it. Or actually, scooter riders really, really disliked it because I rode a scooter for, in my entire career, probably 15 minutes. And I became literally one of the top 3 greatest scooter riders on the entire earth. And I feel like that's the most painful way to prove that your sport is made for pussies, is for someone to actually just become a professional at it in less than 15 minutes when many people have dedicated 5-10 years to it and still can't do the tricks that I did. Okay. Now he's really getting insecure. Anyways, Keith tagged me in a video of this guy that just hates electric scooters. And I thought, oh, that's kind of funny. You know, at the end of it, it's so like, the humor is so thick, right? The comedy is so thick that at the end, he piles up all the Razor scooters in the city and drives over them with a monster truck. Okay? So I feel like it's very clear that this is a humorous joke, that it's not some political stance against scooter riders. I read the comments, bro, the feelings. I got flashbacks to when I was making fun of scooters. The tears were flowing. I just wanted to see what the show was called because it said it was an Amazon Prime show. And I said, man, this comedy style looks kind of funny. I wanted to look in the comments because the description of the Instagram post, it didn't say the name of the show. And I'm always on the lookout for new shows. I've been watching Fallout, pretty good. So I was looking through the comments to find the name of the show, and it was just people saying, you know, this is not cool, man. You think this is funny? Talking about people who ride electric scooters? It's not funny. You think this is cool? You guys are just being bullies. This is not even, I'm not even laughing. No one's even laughing at this. And then people are like, the acting is so bad, it's not funny. I'm like, dude, this guy just rode over a bunch of scooters on a monster truck. It's kind of funny, right? Do you get the humor? Or you know what I think a lot of people do? They see a funny joke on the internet made by some celebrity in LA on a movie set, and they go, you know, I bet this joke's about me. I bet these actors getting paid, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars who I've never met, I bet they're making fun of specifically me right now. I bet they know my first and last name and they know about me. So this joke is specifically about me because I rode an electric scooter one time last time I went to the beach. So this must be about me. It's me. It's all me. I want my me. Okay, guys, you're allowed to be funny online. My God, the Karens in the comments. Everything is so personal now. My God. Anyways, I thought that was pretty funny. Moving on, would you guys like to win a free Ninja Lifestyle sticker pack? Would anyone like to win free stickers as long as you live in America? All you have to do is answer this trivia question correctly. What were we doing earlier today? We were listening to some lo-fi music played by some super sad piano. And I thought to myself, a piano? I wonder how many keys a piano has. If you can tell me how many keys is on a regular full-size piano, first one to answer in the chat will be the winner and proud new owner of a Ninja Lifestyle sticker pack. AB says 88. That is correct, AB. Send me a message here on Twitch after the podcast to claim your prize. Send me your address and make sure your address includes a zip code because several times over the years, people who win prizes from me forget to put their name, to put the numbers on their house. Sometimes they leave out the country. I mean, if they live in another country, sometimes they just think I know where Saskatchewan is. I don't. Anyways, 88 is the correct answer. You says 42. Day says 88. Kisma says 40. Biscuit says 108. 126, 69. You guys are all very close. But AB was the first one. So after the podcast, send me a message here on Twitch, and I will get those stickers shipped out to you on Monday. This is the only podcast in the world that gives away free Ninja Lifestyle stickers every single week. You guys are welcome. You guys are always welcome. Because you know what? Sometimes, not today, but sometimes you guys also support me with your subscribes, with your donations, with your tips. Sometimes I come on here and I jump around and I dance around and I make you laugh. You can always leave a tip or you can subscribe. If you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe and it costs you nothing. It costs you nothing to subscribe to me if you already have Amazon Prime, and it doesn't even have to be yours. It could be your mom's Amazon Prime. It could be your aunt's Amazon Prime. It could be your stepdad's Amazon Prime. And you can subscribe to me, and that would help me out. Because you know what that's worth for me? $2.50. You know what I can do with $2.50? Well, not much with this Joe Biden economy, but I can gamble it. I can buy one lottery ticket, and then maybe if I hit the lottery, I can get out of this shithole that I'm currently in. Anyways, what else has been going on? I've been watching the Fallout show on Amazon Prime. I thought it was going to be more like scary and serious. I didn't realize it was kind of like a comedy. It's kind of funny. It's kind of serious. It's kind of gross. It's kind of gory. It's an interesting, it's really interesting music too. All the music is from like the 50s and 60s, it seems like. So, if you're looking for a new show and you have Amazon Prime, first thing you should do is subscribe to me using Amazon Prime. You hit the subscribe button, and then you hit like extra options, and then you check the Prime box, and then it's free. It costs you nothing. Nothing at all. Fallout show, a lot of people recommended it to me, and you know what? I'm 5 episodes in, and I don't hate it. So, yeah, I get a lot of my movie recommendations from you guys because I stream here on Twitch 5 days a week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm here all the time. Twitch.tv/Ninja Lifestyle. What else did I watch? I watched a show called Lucy, a movie called Lucy. I think Morgan Freeman was in it, and some chick who has like superpowers. She took a bunch of drugs and had superpowers. The storyline is really dumb. I guess if you like supernatural fight scenes where one person knows magic, you want Harry Potter mixed with I don't know, fucking, who's that guy from The Matrix? Keanu Reeves, the worst actor ever. If you want some shit like that, you'd probably like the movie. But what I thought was really interesting about this movie is the visual effects. Now, I stopped doing mushrooms a while back, but if I was still in the mushroom phase, the microdosing phase, this would be a great movie to watch on mushrooms because there's crazy visual effects all throughout the movie. You know, things are like swooshing around. There's like, it shows like what they think space looks like, the inside of your brain, gas, particles are flying everywhere, mountains are exploding in fucking different galaxies and whatever, motherfucker. It's hard to explain. And that was the point of this topic. How do you explain to someone, hey, after the fight scene, I want a bunch of chemicals to explode as if they were in space, and then I want a bunch of multicolored smoke to fly across the screen and then form a vortex and then fly into the eyeball of the next actor to start the new scene. And I think that's, I wonder whose job it is to write out that dialogue, not the dialogue that the people say to each other, but how to explain a visual effect only using words. And I thought that was really fascinating. I wrote this down because I was probably smoking weed, and I was like, whoa, look at all these cool fucking effects going everywhere. And I'm just like, who thought of this and wrote it down? I get it. You did acid. You saw some crazy visuals and mushrooms. You saw all the fucking walls wiggling. How do you put that into words, man? Someone did it. Someone out there is creating graphics for Hollywood, and they're doing a damn good job of it. So I guess that was my only point. If you like movies that have crazy motion graphics, I would check out Lucy. The story didn't do it for me. You know, some chick has superpowers, and then she can levitate. Whatever, motherfucker. Harry Potter bullshit. Who cares? So, yeah, that's all I got for the podcast, guys. Can I get a hell yeah from everybody that chose to tune in live? If you missed the first half of the podcast, don't worry. You can rewatch the podcast, and you can watch all previous episodes on iTunes, on Podbean, on YouTube, on Spotify, podcast app, anywhere where podcasts can be found. You can watch the podcast Stop Crying Poser. We do it live every Friday around 3:30 p.m. Pacific time, but it then gets uploaded to those podcast apps on Sunday early in the morning, just in time for you guys to drive to work. If you have a boring drive to work, if you don't have any money, I understand. Nobody has any money. I just paid $1,400 on my credit card bill, and I am broke as a joke with no hope. And you guys aren't helping. I really appreciate when people tip a little bit of money or donate, but you don't have to. It's fine, because we're all in the same boat here. But I will say this. If you would like to support the podcast, please tell a friend. Tell a coworker. Tell a family member. Are you entertained? If so, tell somebody about this and spread the love, spread the joy. Shout out to WN Stems, Day Day, Kisma, Gaiges, Bisquick, Amigo, you made it, Choo, GMT, AB, Cam, iBookBoy, Day Day, Gabe. Oh, Gabe, with the $1 donation. You know what? You son of a gun. I really appreciate that. I appreciate all you guys for tuning in, and I do hope that I can continue to entertain you guys. That's all I have for today. As I always say, don't drink too much, but don't drink too little.
I bet you can't kickflip.
Here's a video.
I bet you can't tray flip.
Here's a video.
I bet you can't backside flip.
Here's a video.
I bet you can't do a hand wheel.
Here's a video.
I bet you haven't won contest.
Here's a video.
Well, why are you bragging so much? Oh my god, all you do is talk about yourself. Wah, 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 wah.